you should buy a Steam Deck, and here's why. I'm not gonna bury the lead here. The reason is because the Steam Deck is by far the best value in gaming. If you wanna play video games, the Steam Deck is almost for sure the cheapest way to do it. Let me explain. It starts at 400 bucks, and that 400 bucks only gets you 64 gigs of storage, but it also gets you a carrying case and a charger, so it's everything you need to start out. But let's be realistic, 64 gigs isn't really gonna store a whole lot of games, so you're going to need to get an external SD card. But you can get one of those for between like $20 and maybe $100. I got mine, it's a half a terabyte, and I got it for 50 bucks. So right there, now your Steam Deck has 560 gigs. That's more than enough to hold however many games you want, and you're only in the hole $450. I actually also ended up replacing the internal drive in here. I paid 50 bucks for one off eBay, and that's another half terabyte. So for $100 in, I added a terabyte of storage to my Steam Deck, and you can do that. I don't think you need to upgrade the internal drive. Having an SD card is totally great, but it's just an option that you have. But let's say you just did the SD card. So now you're in for 450 bucks and you've got half a terabyte of storage. You cannot get a gaming PC for that, or at least you can't get one new. I looked a lot, and if you want to get a pre-built for 450 bucks, and remember, not only do you have to get the gaming PC, but you have to get a monitor, you need a keyboard, and you need a mouse. So that actually gets really expensive, and it's gonna cost you quite a bit more than $450. So then the question is, okay, well, what about a console? And yeah, you can get a console for 400 bucks for sure. You could get a PlayStation or an Xbox or even a Nintendo Switch. But there are some major drawbacks with regards to cost if you go with the console. The first one is that if you want to play online, generally speaking, on a console, you have to get a subscription service, like you have to get Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus, and that'll allow you to play online. Nintendo also has one. And so that's expensive. The cost varies based on what you want, but if you want to play online, you're gonna have to get one of those. And then the other thing, if you have a console, games are expensive. Generally speaking, games are going to cost more on console than they cost on PC. For example, almost all of the games I've bought on my Steam Deck have cost less than $10. And if you buy during the Steam winter sale or the summer sale, you can get ridiculously good buys. Like I bought 3 games that I really wanted and they were $1 a piece. So prices can get super cheap. And Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, they do all have sales, but they're usually nowhere near as good as on Steam. And then the downside that both consoles and PCs have is that if you get those, you're not going to be portable. Whereas if you have a Steam Deck, you're on the go. You can take this wherever you want. You can take it to your waiting room while you're in the hospital for something. You can take it to your dentist. You can take it, like for example, I play in bed regularly. I don't have a TV in my bedroom, but I can just take the Steam Deck and play in bed whenever I want. You can play on the couch, you can play on your road trip. I did that just a few weeks ago. I was road tripping up to see some family, and I played Elden Ring while I was in the passenger seat. You can do all these things, whereas if you're on a PC, you can't do it, and on Xbox or PlayStation, you definitely can't do it. But then you might be asking, okay, well, what about a laptop? And generally speaking, if you're getting a gaming laptop, your value is going to be even worse than what it would be to get a gaming desktop. So the Steam Deck is going to be dramatically cheaper than that too. And as far as portability goes, yes, the Nintendo Switch is portable, and honestly, it's more portable than the Steam Deck. But the problem is with the Switch, you can't play most AAA games. So for example, the 2 games that I play the most on my Steam Deck are Elden Ring and Call of Duty World War II. Those are 2 AAA games, and I play them all the time and they work great on the Steam Deck. You can't get them on the Switch. So if you have a Switch and you wanted to play those games, tough luck. But even if you could get them on the Switch, generally speaking, if you go to Nintendo's store, Switch games are way more expensive than they are on Steam. You're gonna be paying $60 for a lot of games. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that the Steam Deck gets the low entry price of a console, like 400 bucks, like an Xbox or a PlayStation, but then it also gets no subscription for online, which consoles don't do, and it gets ridiculously cheap games just like a PC, but without the upfront cost of a PC. And if you really wanted it to be a PC, you can plug in peripherals, install Windows, and there you go, you got a full-blown computer. So it is damn near the perfect device, and for the price, I don't think it can be beat. But let me know what you think in the comments. Is there something better for $450 or less? I did some research and I couldn't find anything, but let me know what you think. All right, that's it. See you guys.